What's good, YouTube? High stakes. We gotta be playing high stakes. Long story short, and that very serious. I'm gonna be playing super high stakes heads up games versus legends. And in the very first episode, we're gonna fire the 5k turbo game with no one else but the man, the myth, the legend, Trutellerini. So I'm not gonna be boring you anymore, and I think that we can just go ahead and jump right to the action. Okay, so what's good, Trueteller? We got pocket deuces in here. This is 5k buy-in turbo game. Should be a quick one. To be honest with you, I chosen randomly. I got a couple of games recorded versus Trueteller. Not sure which one it's gonna be. Also, I played this game like 1 month ago, so I don't remember the hands at all. I mean, I do remember some, but I don't remember everything. ISOing do 3 offset like a boss. Okay, I kind of like it. So far, so good. Managed to win 3 pots in a row. 4 pots in a row, let's go. Okay, so for these who don't know, Trueteller is a guy who's basically sitting in the highest possible lobbies, fighting with all the legends since last couple of years, and I managed to catch him in a 5k turbo lobby. So definitely decided to go ahead and fire a few games versus him, basically. Over there with 8x, I gave up because I don't think that he's gonna be folding too much versus my probes without too much of an info. I don't like to go ahead and barrel twice, basically. I don't have any experience with him whatsoever, so filling out his game a little bit is definitely my goal at this point, at the very beginning. Okay, standard c-bet. I definitely like barreling in here. Oh, I pussied away. And right now, I can either raise based on his bet size or just fold. I elected to go ahead and raise, and I don't mind it, to be honest. He's repping a lot of jack X's. Yeah, and he bet call over there. And I can show up with more value combos basically over there. Hands like king 9 ace king are in my range. I'd rather go ahead and raise bigger now from perspective. I don't necessarily like my bet size on river. Like the conception, but I don't like the bet size. I think it was a mistake on my part. Okay, don't mind going ahead and check call in here. Okay, I don't really think that he had a bunch of 5x's in his range at this point. Which puts me off as his timing a little bit. My first instinct was to go ahead and fold. I went for a call in here and he showed with... Oh, I do remember this one. And he showed with jack 10, which is really thin. And to be honest, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. As you guys see, it worked versus me. This is pretty much the very bottom of his value betting range over there. Jack 10, I would bet. So I don't think that this call was terrible necessarily. Although it might be if he's value betting that wide. And he's just delaying and not firing another barrel on rivers. Okay. That's kind of standard. Okay, Trueteller getting the early lead to 2-1. Pocket force. Curious to see what's gonna happen. Min raise. I think I will just go ahead and jam here. Yeah. Five and the deuce. Can I fold? Nah. That deep. 5 and the deuce. Come on. Okay. Firing on that flop. Sure, we are not winning with 5 high, and not a super juicy turn. He's leading. We're just tossing away our hand. So far so good, although not playing ideal. Check calling with ace high and here is real standard. I don't like idea of betting here. I'd rather let him fire. Okay, nice. He value owned over there himself a little bit. But I do like his bet. In that case, it didn't work, but majority part of the time, I'm gonna be super one pair heavy over there. So his value bet is definitely alright. Okay, calling with a king high in here and going to a showdownville. Unfortunately, he caught his pair in turn, and we couldn't take this little baby down. Okay. That looks like activate the windows. Apparently, apparently fire during the game. That's the button. That's the thing that everyone who's watching the stream know. Okay, firing 60 into 180 in here, getting a call. All right. I do remember that hand. I do remember that I was thinking about calling on the river in here. So I think it's gonna go. I'm gonna check call on turn. Yes, and it makes sense because I see a lot of floats on that structure in his range. And right now, my range is really, like, obvious. It's weakish. And he can rep flashes, 10x's, insanely comfortable with all his floats. And for that reason, I was really considering hero calling here. I think I folded after like using the time bank pretty much till the end. But yeah, I was definitely considering it, and I don't think it would be a terrible call, to be honest. Still very little to info to argue for that play, and that would be borderline spew, to be honest. Raising dazing with Jack 9. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, I like the idea of c-betting. I don't like my bet size. Kind of automatically went for a half pot over there. I think I can save some chips by going a little bit less on that structure. The effect gonna be basically the same. That's a mistake on my part. Everyone does mistakes, guys. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Limping with 5-9. You're just gonna be honest with yourself, and when you're reviewing a game, just pay attention, and the more you're gonna understand, and the more honest you're gonna be with yourself, basically, when doing these reviews, the better it's gonna be for your game. I like to fold, even despite the gutter and king high. I think the 3-barrel frequency over there gonna be really big. I wouldn't mind to go ahead and jam on the turn if I would knew for a fact that he's frequent barreler. But that's only my assumption at this point, and I can't really go with it. Looks like Trueteller is putting his pedal to the metal right now and taking our chips, but as you guys can see, not much I can do in here. Okay, I like the idea of check and the call given his overall aggressiveness in here. I'd rather bet on the river right now, but I was just trying to induce something. By checking, I'm trying to cap my range over there to 8x. And if my range is going to be capped that badly, I think that he might go ahead and put his bluffing pens on. He had ace-3, so he just went to a showdown. Firing a delay over there with an air on that board is kind of standard to me. For me, should I say. Okay, Queen N7, also known as the open-ender on that structure, 9-8-6. Okay, he went for a biggish bet size and definitely calling on the flop, and leading on turn is really standard for me as well. I would be doing it with a lot of my value hands, so definitely idea. He also ISO'd us like 2 times in a row, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't mind limping with ace queen in here. And it's gonna go check check. That's right. I should bet on that on that paired board, by the way, with ace high. more often than check back. That's another slight mistake in my head. And hey, gamble the nit ball, folding this 5, but yeah, that checks out actually. If we are thinking that he's gonna be isoing us really wide, then on the small blind we need to start cutting some of that trash. And Trueteller is good enough / aggressive enough player to combat someone who's playing 100% VPIP on the small blind for sure, by being aggro on the big blind. Here I didn't elect to stab at any point. I felt like I'm getting snapped, basically, with like queen highs. Hit 10 high, which is effectively the same. Oh, I'm definitely betting here on turn. Getting call and not much we can do. Over betting over there on turn would be idea, for sure. Cards here are not dropping in our favor, that's for sure. But hey, we gotta stay strong, Okay, and looks like what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna go ahead and fold. Okay, I kind of like it. Ooh, open ender. Nice. Definitely calling on the structure. It went check, and we get the virtual nuts. Yep, betting 100. And we are getting jammed on. Snap calling it off. Hey, he had an 8-9. I didn't remember this one. Okay. Trapping with ace and the 7 in here. Getting the dreamed ISO. And limp jamming, obviously. Okay, queen 10 it is. Or you just get a fade, a king. And based on the length of a video, I'm going to say that we're going to fade it. So, up. It's nice to win these 5k turbos, that's for sure. That's for sure. Do 6, And at this point, I wouldn't hate to limp jam that hand actually. It's kind of kamikaze, but I definitely wouldn't mind it. In game, I folded, but I just when we are reviewing that hand, I don't mind it at all because I feel like he might be ISOing enough basically to justify that play. Checky checkster. Okay, checky checkster. Trips. I never folded here in history of poker. Okay. 7 and 10. Let's see what's gonna happen here. 240. He goes for a c-bet of a 90. I like the idea of raising to 240, 245. Hey, let's go. Okay. Okay, all good trips. I think I'm gonna just bet here and he will fold on turn. But no spoilers, no spoilers. 345. What do I think about that bet size? I kind of like it. Yeah, that's alright. 345 is alright. 4x, there is a straight possibility, although I don't think I'm gonna check here. Yep, jamming is definitely fine. He can call us with worse for sure. At this point, we can have brick diamonds, we can have like 8, 9, 9, 10. So from bluffs, we definitely do rep some. And yeah, long story short, I basically don't think that jamming over there is too thin. And we're getting call. Wow, I didn't remember this one as well. So we're getting call over there by, once again, what was exactly? 3-6. Okay, 2% on the flop. Interesting that he didn't fast play it versus check raise. So lucky us basically over there, banking all good tripster on the turn and taking that game down. Okay guys, so as I mentioned, I get a bunch of recorded high stakes sessions, so if you will give that video some love, you know, by liking and saying in comments, hey, that's something that we want to see, then I'm definitely gonna put the work and upload more of these basically. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.